Let's talk about something nobody really wants to admit. We don't understand male and female sexuality as well as we think we do. Sure, we've got labels like straight, gay, bi, and maybe even curious. But what if I told you that identity, desire, and behavior don't always line up, and that mismatch is quietly shaping modern relationships, breaking some, and confusing the rest? A recent study from Lancaster University and UBC revealed something wild. 41% of women in same-sex relationships still report attraction to men, and 3% of men in straight relationships admit same-sex interest. Now, that might seem like a small number for men, but in terms of impact, it's massive. Why? Because when your inner world doesn't match your outer relationship, it creates friction. And it turns out this mismatch leads to lower satisfaction, and often, a breakup. Here's what people don't say out loud: sexuality is not a perfect straight line, not for most people. Especially not for women. A psychology study recently measured implicit attraction and found that nearly 75% of women show signs of being attracted to women, even if they don't say it. And for men, only about 18%. That flips the whole stereotype on its head. We've been taught men are more visually driven, but this shows women's inner attraction landscape is more flexible and more hidden. Now let's shift gears to something called the orgasm gap. Yeah, we're going there. One study tracked over 500 sexual encounters and found that men reach orgasm in about 90% of cases. Women? Just 54%. That's not biology, that's culture. Most guys don't even know where the clitoris is, let alone how to approach female pleasure with patience. The real issue isn't anatomy, it's attention. We've built a sexual culture that prioritizes male performance and female aesthetics, not female satisfaction. But it gets deeper. A new study asked, what's the ideal number of sexual partners? What do people really judge? Turns out, both men and women are rated highest when they're somewhere in the middle. For men, 4 to 5 partners is the sweet spot. For women, it's just 2 to 3. More than that, and women start getting judged. Less than that, and men start getting questioned. So let's be real, we're still living in a world where men are praised for experience, and women are praised for restraint. Different expectations. Same old double standards. Here's another twist: strength matters. And I don't mean in a shallow way. A 2025 study found that both men and women with more upper body strength reported more sexual partners. Why? Because strength, especially in men, still signals biological fitness and confidence. But the surprise was with women. Strong women also had more partners, suggesting that physical strength can boost confidence and sexual agency in both genders. It's not about looks. It's about presence. Now let's talk about performance anxiety. You'd think it's just a guy thing, right? Wrong. Both men and women feel it, but in different ways. Men tend to worry about erections, stamina, and being good enough. Women? They're often worried about how they look, their body, their face, how they sound. While men fear failing, women fear being judged. It's two sides of the same coin: insecurity. But nobody talks about it because we've made sex a performance instead of an experience. Let's not forget emotional pacing. New research shows that men actually fall in love faster than women. I know, shocker. On average, it takes men just over 4 weeks to fall in love. For women, it's closer to 2 months. But the intensity? Women feel it deeper. Men fall fast. Women fall hard. And when things go wrong, that difference creates confusion. A guy may have fallen headfirst, but he'll move on quicker. A woman may have taken her time, but once she's in, she stays longer, feels more. So where does all this leave us? Honestly, in a very complicated place. The way we think about sex, love, attraction, and gender roles is changing, but our expectations haven't caught up. We still want clean labels, fixed identities, and perfect roles. But real people don't work like that. A woman might be straight, but attracted to her best friend. A man might love his partner, but feel trapped in expectations he never chose. And both might be too scared to talk about it. Sexuality isn't a checklist. It's a process, fluid, messy, sometimes contradictory. And the more we try to shove it into neat little boxes, the more disconnected we become. From ourselves, from our partners, from real connection. Maybe the most attractive thing you can do isn't having the perfect body or saying the perfect line. Maybe it's just being brave enough to be real, even when it doesn't fit the script. So if you're someone who's ever felt like you don't quite fit the mold, good. That means you're human. And in a world full of roles and performances, being human is the most honest and the most attractive thing you can be.